You know, they always say when you're filling your bracket out, you watch out for that 5-12 matchup. That's what we got going on here tonight. Number 5, Arkansas State, taking on number 12, UALR. And you'll remember these two teams split the season series, each winning on their home court.
Where can I get me some of those pants, those John Daly pants?
You know, I'm not too sure, and for you, possibly, I probably wouldn't recommend them, and really for anybody, for that matter. Now, this is the first ever trip to the title game for the Beavers, as compared to the 7th for the Shiloh Christian Saints, who, by the way, are the defending champions. Football is
awesome.
Knocking at the door. Time to let them in, get them a burger and some cheese dip.
Sounds good to me, and delicious also.
Yeah, you make sure that pad guy's actually doing some work. You need to crack the whip on him. With a decent senior year, Reggie Arnold could rewrite history without a pen and leave his mark not just on the ASU record books, but on the NCAAs.
Read the deep. What's my play? Explode off the ball.
Reggie Arnold tries to keep it simple on the field, and so far it's worked. Already with 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons, he's vying to become only the 8th player in NCAA history to rush for a 4th 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, it's a big deal, you know. Opportunity to make history at a program, you know, it's something that every kid dreams of, leaving their name in the history books.
We take a lot of pride in what our players are able to accomplish individually.
At 5'9", Reggie Arnold is shorter than your prototypical running back, but it's his strength that makes him a menace to opposing defenses.
You can put him up against any defense in the country. You know, no matter what jersey they're wearing, he's still himself. You know, he's still, 220 pounds. He's strong. He's fast. You know, you've got to make that tackle.
He has to utilize his strength. Quick on his cuts, has a great burst at the line of scrimmage.
Handoff, Reggie, off left guard, into the end zone, touchdown.
The Red Wolves have a long-standing tradition of great running backs and have had a 1,000-yard rusher every year this decade but one. And it's the fear of not living up to that bar that drives Arnold.
We have a running back tradition here. That's something that we take pride in as a position, and the coaching staff takes pride in, and so you don't want to be that guy that messes up that streak.
An even bigger testament to what Arnold could accomplish is the fact that he's played through nagging injuries.
Reg is a very tough young man. You know, he's been able to focus those things out. So maybe his most outstanding attribute is just being able to play with pain.
It just shows, just how tough he is. You know, he doesn't let anything hold him back.
Regardless of his output this year, Reggie Arnold will no doubt take his place amongst the greatest Red Wolves of all time. And when people see the big A in stake, they will certainly think of Reggie Arnold.
Maybe one day these guys around here will remember Reggie Arnold.
And on top of that 1,000-yard mark, Reggie Arnold only needs 738 more yards to become ASU's all-time leading rusher. That mark currently held by ASU Indian former great Richie Voigt, who played for the team from 1950 to 1953. Arnold begins his pursuit of history September 5th. Well, we start with Arkansas baseball tonight, who have been ranked as high as number 5 in the nation in some publications. But even though tonight was a midweek non-conference game, the visiting New Mexico Lobos made things tough. Perfect night at Baum Stadium for baseball. Gotta love the national anthem as well. Freshman DJ Baxendale making his first career start for the Hogs. And this Super Frosh had it going on early. Didn't give up a run in 5 innings of work. Hogs with some defense here. Bo Bigham with the bare hand and the out at first. No runs through 5 innings early. As I said, and look at here, third base doing his own Bo Bigham impression, gets the out there too. Hogs finally going to break through here, bottom of the 6th. Monk Creeder going to take this one deep to the gap in left center. He'll end up on second base, and the Hogs seem to be in business, and Travis Sample taking care of that business. Shot back up the middle, good for an RBI as Creeder chugging along. Hogs go up 1-0 at that point, and they would tack on 4 more, hold off a late charge by the Lobos to post a 5-4 victory. That is 15 wins in the last 16 games. Next up, the Diamond Hogs jump back into SEC play as they will take on the Georgia Bulldogs. But back to DJ Baxendale. He is an Arkansas kid from Sylvan Hills High School. That's my alma mater. And he certainly gave the crowd a showing, striking out 5 on the night to go with those 5 shutout innings. He's been effective as a closer for the Hogs this season, but with every successful inning, he's looking more and more like a weekend starter, so you just might see old Baxendale starting more of those midweek matchups. The Arkansas State Red Wolves have held nationally ranked Western Kentucky's offense in pretty good check. Western came into this series leading the conference in runs scored and is number 23 in the nation as well. Arkansas State so far has held the Hilltoppers to just 5 runs in the first 2 games and really could be going for a sweep today had it not been for a couple of bad breaks in Friday's loss. The rubber match between these two teams, and first place in the Sun Belt on the line. Top 3, number 18 toppers look good early as Shane Cameron is going to draw the walk here. Fortunately, bases were loaded. That's going to bring in a run. Red Wolves down 1-0. But in the bottom of that inning, Todd Baumgartner going to show a bomb to right field, and that's going to bring in Jason Kimball. We are all tied at 1. Later in the first, 2 on for Andrew Zimmerman. He's going to shoot one to center. That's going to score 2 runs. ASU now up 3-1, looking for the series win. Defense also on display for the Red Wolves here as Western's Matt Payton fouls his pitch off to left, but Cody Pace locked in. He slides to make that catch. Defense held up good the rest of the way. Arkansas State takes the series against Western Kentucky. They win this one 3-1. UALR taking on Troy on CSS this afternoon as well. Euler down 1 in the second, and Daniel Golden has one getaway. Runner on third, that would easily score. UALR down 3-1. Bottom 4 now, and some good defense for the Trojans this time, as this hit looks like it's heading for center, but Brock Feldman laying out, getting the flip, 6-4-3 the fancy way. Euler also getting a little offense going as they put the hit and run on Casey McCullum. Bringing in Feldman, he's waved home. Fielder bobbles it. He would score. That would make it 3-2. But Troy would hold on for the win, by a final 5-4. Moving over to the gridiron now as we've got Razorback football, and it's day 3 of the second week of practice. Hogs needing to get some work in as the days are running out on the spring. Only 5 more practices after today, and then it's the red-white game. It was good to see the big fella Ryan Mallett out there tossing the ball around. Obviously, you can't work on the footwork, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with that arm. Tyler Wilson has had a good spring as well as he continues to work on and improve his exchange from under center. As you can see him right there getting some work in. Receiver Joe Adams also back at practice after missing Tuesday's workout. And speaking of those receivers, there's a lot of chatter and energy that trickles down from receivers coach Chris Sinkovic. We're going to go a little more in depth tomorrow about those chatty wideouts and that wideout coach. A lot of folks chatting about Arkansas State's football practice as they enter their final week. Head coach Steve Roberts looking for more consistency out of his Red Wolves in practice, which will hopefully spill over into next season. Red Wolves working out in full pads today. Coaching staff getting a pretty good look at the improvement of the team during their scrimmage this afternoon. Coaching staff has thrown in some new wrinkles every practice, and for the most part, the Red Wolves have been picking things up pretty well. ASU will have their spring game next Saturday with big expectations from the offensive side, and the head Wolf says the new offense is coming right along.
Well, he's getting a tremendous opportunity, a great opportunity. He's getting a ton of reps and doing very, very well. Real pleased with his progress. He's throwing the football very effectively. He's still late on some throws, but has a knack for making some plays as well.
Rashad Madden, Aaron Ross, and Hunter Mickelson are 3 of the top high school basketball players in the country, and certainly the top 3 Razorback recruits as well. Tonight, their skills were on display in the Little Rock. The trio, dubbed the Big Three, playing in the Real Deal in the Rock tournament for the Arkansas Wings. The Wings taking on Compton Magic tonight at UALR's Jack Stevens Center. Wings got the win tonight, 117-107, with Madden and Mickelson scoring over 20 apiece, and Ross netted 17 in the victory. The Real Deal in the Rock will continue through Sunday. And finally, tonight, we head to the NBA where Brandon Jennings and the Bucks taking on Joe Johnson's Hawks in the ATL. First quarter, Joe making the pretty pass here. You know, if Josh Smith is involved, there's probably going to be a dunk. We check it up now to the fourth quarter. Joe working the dribble, going behind the back, hits the rainbow fader. Joe would finish with a team high 22 points. The Hawks lead now first round series 1-0 as they get the win tonight. And Greg D, we can only hope that Joe can kind of continue the Arkansas success. We had Tony Hugo, played for Indianapolis in the Super Bowl. Right. We had Cliff Lee last year. He was in the World Series, but both those guys lost, so hopefully Joe can make it and maybe actually get a win this time.
Arkansas's doing pretty well in the pros when it comes to the postseason.
It just can't seem to get over the hump there. We got to get a ring.
Well, we'll hope for Joe.
Hopefully Joe can bring it home.